Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. This is your full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Monday night, where after 3 weeks of no Premier League football, a 24-day break from Manchester United, we have failed to beat Leeds United at home. And what I'm going to say about Manchester United, it's the same old Manchester United, same old bloody story. Like, I don't know what's happened in the last 24 days. I don't understand what we've been working on in the last 3 weeks in training. And I don't understand where that went wrong tonight. We did not get going tonight. Like, I'm extremely, extremely puzzled what type of Manchester United that was tonight. Because we didn't get going. We didn't turn up. And I'm completely gobsmacked, because I felt quite confident that we would win this game. I felt quite confident that we would get the 3 points. But tonight, it's just been a complete and utter shit show from Manchester United. We didn't try. We didn't put any effort in, and there was no attempt to rescue the 3 points. There wasn't even any attempt to rescue a draw. And losing to Leeds United at home, considering Leeds United are meant to be in this relegation battle, let's safely say now that Leeds United are going to be safely a Premier League club next season, because I think this win at Old Trafford is obviously a huge, huge 3 points from them. They were massively the better team in the first half. They absolutely battered us inside that first half. And in the second half, even though we rescued a late goal, that goal has mattered little, because losing 2-1 at home to Leeds United, and I can't remember the last time Leeds ever won at Old Trafford in the league, but it safely goes to show that Manchester United couldn't be bothered after 3 weeks. We've had a 24-day break. I don't understand what we've been working on. I don't understand where that performance has been, but that performance basically shows how shit we actually are. A 24-day break, a 3-week break from football of any kind for Manchester United, sends this football club so far backwards. It's quite unbelievably hard to tell how Manchester United have lost this game, because the defending for both of the goals is absolutely pathetic. The decision to send Lisandro Martinez off, you've got to stand by the red card. It was deliberate. It was violent conduct. Martinez has got to take a lot of the blame tonight, because going down to 10 players obviously gave Leeds United the extra advantage. It gave them the extra player. And unfortunately, when you go down to 10 players, it's basically backs against the wall. Even though Casemiro made it 2-1, that goal has mattered little. We have lost to Leeds United. We've let everybody back into it. Even though the Premier League has secured an extra spot in next season's Champions League, this result has done a lot of damage tonight. And I think it safely goes to show that Michael Carrick should not be getting the job full-time as Manchester United's manager. If you can't get results against Bournemouth, and you can't get a result against Newcastle, and you can't beat West Ham at home, you can't beat Everton, you can't win against Leeds United tonight. These are the type of performances, and these are the type of results that Manchester United, unfortunately, will achieve a lot under Michael Carrick next season if he is given the job. I think if he is given this job, then in my opinion and in my view, I would not be giving Michael Carrick the job next season. And what really, really annoys me, and I don't know what crap they're talking on Sky Sports, but to be honest with you, Sky Sports do talk a lot of crap. They basically said this result is not actually a disaster. This result hasn't exactly done a lot of damage. It's not really going to affect Manchester United. But in my opinion and in my view, it is going to do a lot of damage. It has done a lot worse than what we expected this game to be tonight. We needed 3 points. We could have gone 3 points clear of Aston Villa. We could have gone 6 clear of Liverpool. We could have gone 10 points clear of Chelsea. And yes, we may be in the top 5 still. Yes, the Premier League has secured an extra Champions League spot for next season. And yes, we're still inside the top 5. So it's not a complete disaster, they're basically saying. But to let Leeds United come to Old Trafford and boss you about, it's massively, massively embarrassing. Losing to Leeds at home is massively, massively embarrassing, because I expected Manchester United to get the points tonight. I expected quite a comfortable home win at Old Trafford. I thought if we get this win, if we get this 3 points, it's an extra 3 points closer to Champions League qualification next season. And with obviously Chelsea getting hammered by Manchester City yesterday, and obviously Liverpool winning against Fulham, and then you've got Aston Villa getting a point against Nottingham Forest, I thought Manchester United would take full advantage. I thought Manchester United would take full advantage of trying to get the 3 points tonight. And unfortunately, we've been left massively red in the face by losing to Leeds United at home at Old Trafford for the first time in God knows how long. Because I actually can't remember the last time we actually lost to Leeds United at home at Old Trafford in the league. And to be honest with you, a 24-day break and a 3-week break for us, there should be no excuse. There should be no excuse. We've had a 3-week break. We've had a 24-day break from Premier League football. There shouldn't really be any excuses for Manchester United tonight not to win this game. But you've got to ask questions. What's going on behind the scenes? What have we been working on in training? Because if you're going to use excuses that we've been on a 3-week break and we've had 24 days of no football, Manchester United have got really no excuse not to win this game. We should be the fresher team. We should be the fresher team. We should have the fitter legs. Because obviously, even though Leeds United were in FA Cup action last weekend, it shouldn't really be any excuses not to win this game tonight. But we didn't get going. We simply didn't turn up. We didn't want to win this game tonight. We didn't actually try to even get the 3 points. We didn't try. And that's the big insult for me. That's the real big insult for me, is that we didn't turn up and we didn't even try to rescue a game. Even though Casemiro has got us a goal back, it's not done anything. It's not rescued a draw. It's not rescued us a late 3 points. Manchester United have gone so far backwards tonight. But in my opinion, in my view, if this is the type of football and the type of results that we are going to achieve under Carrick next season, then I'm going to safely say right here, right now, he's going to end up getting the job. And in 18 months' time, we are going to end up sacking Michael Carrick. And then the circus and the pantomime that is Manchester United is going to begin all over again, where we're sacking another manager, we're going to turn on him, and then the players will turn on him as well. I can read this like a script. I can read this like a book. When we are only 10 points away from Champions League qualification, you have to start off by beating Leeds United at home. They're in the bottom half of the Premier League table for a reason. They're fucking shit. Leeds United shouldn't even be in the Premier League. They're absolutely crap. They are absolutely crap. And if you're going to turn up like that and get battered by them at Old Trafford, then Manchester United should hang their heads in fucking shame. Because Michael Carrick, I don't think he's actually done a lot. I don't think, in my opinion and in my view, Michael Carrick has actually done a lot since he's been in charge. I don't think Michael Carrick has actually done a lot. And I think to safely say, if you can't get results against Bournemouth and you can't get a result against Leeds, then Michael Carrick, I'm sorry to say, is not the guy to lead this club next season as Manchester United's long-term manager. Because in 18 months, we're going to sack him, and then the wheel is going to keep going round and round and round and round and round and round again. Please smash that like button. Please drop a follow. Would really appreciate it. We didn't turn up. We didn't perform. And it looks like we couldn't be bothered tonight. And I don't know why. Is it a mentality issue? Is it a coaching issue? Is Michael Carrick the problem? Is the players the problem? Why didn't we turn up? Why did we not bother showing up tonight? That's the big puzzle for me. Because if you can't perform against Leeds, then that basically says a lot about Manchester United in so many ways. It says so much about the players. It says a lot about the squad. It says a lot about Michael Carrick. And it says a lot about, is this football club serious about getting Champions League football next season? Is this football club that serious to get in the Champions League? Because if we was to play like this in the Champions League next season, we would get absolutely battered. We would get battered. We would absolutely get torn apart by all the better European teams. We would stand a chance against PSG. We would get cooked by Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid would tear us apart. And that is the type of performances that I have seen under Michael Carrick in the last few weeks. We were shit against Bournemouth. We were shit against Newcastle, and we've been shit again tonight. The performance was dreadful. The performance was dreadful. There was no positives to take away from this game tonight. And then you look at the team. You look at that starting lineup. You've got Agate back in the midfield because Mainu, in 3 weeks, has all of a sudden picked up this unknown injury, and there's been no update on what type of injury Kobe Mainoo has actually got. But when you chuck Agate in, who has been figured out by the fan base, who's been figured out by the supporters because he's absolutely dog, and we're chucking him into the midfield, expecting him to do a job. I'm sorry. This is the problem when you don't sign a midfielder in the January transfer window. This is what happens when you don't sign a midfielder in January. This is what happens when we don't spend any money and try and bring in that extra midfielder to make us look a lot better. Because that midfield is still getting walked through. That midfield is still getting walked through every single fucking week. And you can tell the energy levels aren't there in Agate. He's absolutely crap. And it's the same for Casemiro. He can only play one game a week. And this is the problem when we've got no other options in that midfield to use. I mean, Mason Mount, for example, an unused sub, doesn't even get selected, doesn't even get brought on in the second half. What's the point of him being there? All of a sudden, you've lost Kobe Mainoo to injury. And I don't understand inside 3 weeks, how the hell has Kobe Mainoo picked up an injury? Like, how is the guy picked up an injury inside 3 weeks? Like, we've had a 24-day break. We've had no fucking football, for fuck's sake. We've had no fucking football for 3 fucking weeks. How all of a sudden has he got injured, forcing Michael Carrick to basically pick Agate? It couldn't get any worse, could it? It couldn't get any worse. And it's not acceptable to send Michael Carrick in this position where we were shit in the midfield. We've got no other options. Mason Mount is injury prone. Mainoo's injured, and all we've basically got left is Agate. That is all we've got left. That's all we've got left in the midfield is basically Agate. And chucking him in against a team like Leeds United, who you know are going to attack that United back four, what does that do to us? It only causes us anxiety, and it only causes that midfield to absolutely crumble like a biscuit. That midfield crumbled tonight. There is no midfield. There is no midfield when we've got Casemiro and Agate in the same team. There is no hope for that midfield if you've got those two plonkers starting in the same team. It's utterly unfucking forgivable. It is unforgivable to put a manager in this position. When you lose Mainoo, we're basically fucked. We are absolutely fucked. We are screwed in the midfield because the midfield gets walked through so fucking much. And the problem is people aren't getting the situation we're actually in. We're only 10 points away from Champions League football. We're only 10 points. But the problem is, if you can't beat Leeds United at home, then we have got big problems. Because it felt like tonight we couldn't be bothered. It felt like that we just basically couldn't be bothered to turn up and actually turn on the style. Leeds shouldn't even be in the Premier League. They're fucking shit. The city, the players. And look at the banter we are going to get. Look at the banter we are going to get given tonight. Look at the banter we are going to get given tonight. Look at the banter we deserve tonight. Manchester United have been absolutely embarrassed by Leeds fucking United. It's embarrassing on all fronts to even lose to Leeds. Because this is the first time we've lost to Leeds at home in the league since 1981. What does that say about Manchester United? We ain't good enough. We don't deserve Champions League football. We don't even deserve to be at Europe's top table. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve to be at Europe's top table. We basically belong on the ceiling. We're basically a painting, and that painting is so fucking shit that you've got loads of people standing there and fucking laughing at it because the painting and the effort is non-existent. It's absolutely non-existent. That tonight sums up this football club. We are shit. We are shit for a reason. We sacked Amram for a reason. And I'm telling you now, Michael Carrick is going to end up being the next manager on the chopping block. Michael Carrick will be the next manager sacked by this football club because this football club hasn't got a bloody clue what it's doing on and off the pitch. On and off the pitch, we are an absolute laughing stock. There's no effort, there's no passion, there's no energy, there's no enthusiasm, and a lack of ambition stinks more than a really, really bad fart. There is no ambition at this football club. There's no ambition. If we can't turn up and we can't be bothered anymore, then this football club has got no hope of ever getting back to the football club we once were. We've got no hope. There is no hope. There's no way fucking back. And if you think Michael Carrick is the guy to turn this club around, be my guest. That's your opinion. That's your view. And if you think, Man United are still in a good position, then I will respect it. But we should be beating teams like Leeds United at home. We can't even beat Burnley away. We can't even beat Leeds United at home. The only promoted club that we've beat at home this season is Sunderland and Burnley. Leeds United have taken 4 points. 4 fucking points off Manchester United this season. Leeds United have cooked. Leeds United are absolutely cooking under Daniel Farke. They're absolutely cooking. Everybody said this would be the first manager sacked this season. Daniel Farke wouldn't last 5 minutes in the Prem with Leeds United. They're not just in the FA Cup semi-finals for a reason. They're playing bloody good football. They've got some bloody good players, and they've absolutely summed up how shit we actually are. We are dog. There's no entertainment. There's no attacking football. And as for those players, hang your heads in shame, because you lot are an absolute shit show. You lot are fucking shit. You lot are embarrassing. If I was to get a set of League One or League Two players to put that United shirt on, there'd be more effort, more passion and more energy and more ambition in their shirts on their chests than some of these United players are doing at the moment. We've had to wait 3 fucking weeks for this bullshit. We've had to wait 3 fucking weeks for this bullshit. And we've come back looking like the same bang average Man United team that has been figured out all season long. If we don't want Champions League football, let Manchester United admit it right now. Because we don't want to be putting into a false perspective thinking we deserve to be there. But in reality, when we play these Champions League games, we are going to get cooked. We are going to get cooked playing like this in the Champions League. We're going to get absolutely cooked. We're like lobsters being boiled, waiting to be cooked for customers inside a top 5-tier restaurant. We are going to absolutely grind to a halt if we continue to keep playing football like this. Man United keep going through managers. I mean, I like what you said, but I'm not going to read the second bit, but I do agree with you on it. And you know exactly the comment I'm reading. It's just absolutely shit. It really, really is shit. If you can't beat Leeds, then don't bother trying at all. Just don't fucking bother. But again, Michael Carrick picked that team tonight. Michael Carrick picked that team. Smash the like button. Please drop a follow. Would very much appreciate it. But Michael Carrick picked the team. Michael Carrick has got to have a hard, long look at himself tonight. He has got to have a hard, long look at himself. If he isn't the job, if the job isn't for him, then Michael Carrick has got to admit, he's got to admit right here, right now, I am not your guy to take these players forward as manager. Because what you're going to do, you're going to end up backing me in the summer. You'll get me players, but when we crumble in 18 months' time, I'm going to then become the scapegoat and I'm going to be the guy that is going to be blamed for all the problems and the performances. Well, do you know what? Maybe in reality, if Michael Carrick actually picked a good starting lineup, we probably might have won that game tonight. If Michael Carrick probably would have had his head screwed on a little bit tighter, we might have gone with a better team. We might have gone with a better team. But unfortunately, what is he meant to do? What is Michael Carrick actually meant to do when he has hardly got a team at all? We've got no De Ligt. We ain't going to see De Ligt ever again in a Man United shirt. Face reality right here, right now. Matthias De Ligt's career at this football club is done. Whatever he's done to his back, it needs to come out right here, right now. It needs to come here, right now. Because whatever he's done, his back must be fucked. So we need to get reality. People need to stop moaning about De Ligt. The problem is we've got no De Ligt. The problem is we've got no Maguire. The problem is we've got no Patrick Dorgu. I don't want to hear excuses from this football club. I don't want to hear excuses from any fans or supporters of this football club. I don't want to hear any fucking excuses. Don't let those players off the leash. Don't let those players get away with it. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Because it sums up how embarrassing this fan base is becoming. Because certain players in this club get protected. A lot of these players get their hand held by a lot of this fan base. A lot of supporters sit there and protect these players when it's all going wrong. It's going wrong again because those players can't be bothered. But if you look at the team, if you look at that team tonight, why's Mbeumo been dropped? Why's Mbeumo been dropped? There's no excuses from Michael Carrick. There's no excuses. Mbeumo is one of our best attacking players at this club. And he's been dropped. He's been dropped. And I don't understand why. That's what I'm struggling to understand. Why certain players in that team aren't starting that game tonight. This is what really fucking infuriates me. That team selection has cost us the game. That team selection from Michael Carrick has cost us the game. Because if you look at that front three, right here, right now, that front three ain't good enough. That front three are nowhere near good enough. Kuda on the left, it doesn't work. Amad Diallo on the right, it doesn't work. And as for Benjamin Sesko, what's happened to the service? Like, what's happened to the service? Like, what's happened to putting the ball in the box? This is what I don't understand. When we've got Sesko starting games, we don't put the ball in the box. We don't give him any service. And this is what infuriates me. When you've got a 6'5" or a 6'3" striker in the box, get that ball in. Get that ball in the box. Get that ball in. But unfortunately, because there's no guys playing any service, putting any type of service into that team, what on earth is Sesko meant to do? Like, what is Sesko meant to do? He hasn't got any hope in hell of scoring any goals for this club or being the consistent goal scorer that we need if these players continue to ignore his threat. If you're going to ignore his threat, then Sesko needs to get out. If Sesko feels that he isn't being given the service or he isn't getting provided what he needs at this club, then as for Benjamin Sesko, get yourself out of here. Because this is typical for Manchester United. This happened under Rasmus Højlund and now it is happening under Benjamin Sesko all over again. And the only guy in this team that provides any service is our captain. Bruno Fernandes is the only guy who's actually providing any hope or any type of service into the opposition box. He's the only guy that's doing it. He is the only guy that's doing it. And it infuriates me because a lot of these other players could learn off Bruno Fernandes. But unfortunately, from a perspective, a lot of these players don't want to do it. A lot of these players do not want to do it. A lot of these players cannot. A lot of these players can't do it. A lot of these players have got a massive, massive mentality fucking issue. A lot of these players have got such a mentality issue that they need to see a specialist. A lot of these players are so up their own ass thinking they're fucking God's gift. Unfortunately, a lot of these players ain't fucking good enough. A lot of these players shouldn't even be here. But unfortunately, this football club is too scared and too pussy to tell a lot of these players to fuck off. A lot has to be put on this football club. A lot of these players need to be put on a lifeline. If you're not good enough, get the fuck out. But unfortunately, the club don't want to do it. The club don't want to do a proper rebuild. Surely the owners and the board, and surely this coaching staff and Michael Carrick can see that a lot of these players ain't up for it. Surely Michael Carrick must realise as an interim manager, surely he must know how shit some of these players might be. Surely he knows deep down a lot of these players he's got at his disposal are crap. Surely he must know, surely. As a manager who's coaching, you know, the second most successful football team of all time ever in English football. Surely he must know a lot of these players are crap. Surely he must know. But unfortunately for Michael Carrick, he still gives them a chance. Unfortunately from his perspective as a coach, he still picks them. He still picks these players. He still picks them. And he still gives them opportunity. He still gives them a chance. And unfortunately for Michael Carrick, if you've got no balls to drop them and put your foot down, unfortunately, Michael, you're going to end up getting sacked, mate. And you're going to fade like all the other managers before that this football club has actually got. You pick that team tonight, Michael. You pick that team. And unfortunately, Michael Carrick, you're taking the Michael. You are taking the absolute piss by chucking players in like Manuel Ugarte and leaving the best attacking player in Mbeumo on the bench. It doesn't make sense, Michael. It really doesn't make sense. To be honest with you, I would rather have Michael Schofield from fucking Prison Break being the coach. I would rather have Michael Schofield from Prison Break leading this team out. Because I tell you what, he would do a better job. He would do a better job. He would do a better job. He knows how to set everything up. He plans everything to a fine-tooth comb. He would know what he would be doing. But unfortunately for Michael Carrick, he's absolutely banded himself tonight by going with that team, thinking that team was good enough to go with. Unfortunately, mate, you have to realise that you picked Ugarte, you picked Mazraoui, you picked Luke Shaw, you picked Amad Diallo, and unfortunately, Michael, they ain't good enough, mate. They ain't fucking good enough. You had Mason Mount on the bench. You had Aidan Heaven. You had Mason Mount. You had Joshua Zirkzee. You had Mbeumo. You had Shea Lacey. And none of them got a fucking look in. None of those players got a fucking look in tonight. And it absolutely embarrassed me to say that this tonight is on Michael Carrick and the players. Because they didn't turn up. They couldn't be bothered. There was options on that bench to go with which would have been a lot better than picking players like Ugarte and Mazraoui and Luke Shaw and Amad Diallo. They ain't good enough. We got ran all over Old Trafford like a pigeon getting chased by a cat. We got absolutely battered from minute one. We didn't turn up. We didn't turn up. We were crap. We were absolutely crap. We've got players shooting from 40 to 50 yards out again. I thought that would have been brought to a halt. We're shooting from 40 to 50 yards out, putting attempts on goal, hoping they go in. If that's the type of football that we're expecting under Carrick, then we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked. We are absolutely fucked. And I don't care if it's one game a month. We should be the fresher team. We've had 24 days to prepare for this shit. 24 days. 24 fucking days. 3 fucking weeks of this crap. Waiting for this shit to go again. It's like, oh my fucking... Do you know what? I am losing the will to live supporting this fucking football club. I'm losing the fucking will to live. I am so done with the same football week in, week out. We've not got any better. We're gradually getting worse. It's like fucking watching Lightning McQueen from Cars 3 having to coach his fucking trainer, fucking Cruz Ramirez. We should be coached by the best elite manager ever with the best elite players. And unfortunately, these players ain't here. They don't want to come to Manchester United because we're so incompetent on and off the pitch. We are incompetent. We're absolutely incompetent. We are incompetent. We don't do everything by the book. We can't even play good football. It's crap. We literally cannot play good football. The football is absolutely dreadful. We've got bantered by relegation-threatened Leeds. And that result is probably going to compete those shits in the league for another season. How embarrassing must that be? Leeds United have taken 4 fucking points off us this season. 4 fucking points. That isn't acceptable. You should not be losing to Leeds United at home. You shouldn't be losing to Leeds United at home. It's not acceptable. If you can't beat Leeds, then do one. If these players can't be bothered, then piss off. Because if you ain't good enough, you should be putting your hands up. Put your hands up and admit we are shit. I don't care if we're third. I don't care if we're third. I don't give a crap. We should be winning these games. It was the same against Bournemouth. It was the same against Newcastle. And it is the same again today. We were shit. We didn't turn up. We got battered from minute one. Lisandro Martinez, get the fuck out of this team. Fuck off back to Ajax with Ten Hag. Fucking do one. Because I don't understand what Lisandro Martinez is doing. I don't understand what Lisandro Martinez is actually thinking by pulling back on the players there, knowing it's going to go down as violent fucking conduct. You don't fucking do it. You don't do that. Lisandro Martinez has got to take massive responsibility. We've lost this game because of the 2 goals we've conceded and because of Martinez pathetically getting himself sent off. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, I generally don't know what he's thinking in that moment for us to go down to 10 players. I don't know what is in Lisandro Martinez's thinking by doing this to us. Why has he done it? He's only just come back from fucking injury, for fuck's sake. He's only just come back. And now we've lost him for Brentford and Chelsea. And whoever we've got after that. We've literally lost our entire defence over the last 2 games. We've got no Maguire for Chelsea. We've got no Martinez. We're basically going to have to start a back 2 of Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven. Those Chelsea attackers are going to have a fucking field day. They are going to have a field day. Theatre of dreams, more like the theatre of fucking nightmares. This is a nightmare. This is literally a nightmare. We are shit and people need to wake up. It was a red card and it was also a violent conduct. You don't put another opponent in danger. You don't do that. It's violent fucking conduct. We don't have Maguire. Another game ban is incoming for Maguire. People need to understand we are going to be stuck with Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven for Chelsea. We are shit. We are absolutely shit. You don't pull back on an opponent's hair. You don't fucking do it. If you do that, then you're a twat. And unfortunately for Martinez, he's probably going to get himself away from all this conversation because I'm not going to be blamed. I won't be blamed at Chelsea. I won't be blamed at Brentford. It will be all on the other twats. And unfortunately, there is a lot of other twats at this football club. And Lisandro Martinez is one of them. Lisandro Martinez is one of them. You don't do it, mate. Don't put an opponent in danger. You don't tug on the back of someone's hair. That's fucking disgusting. That is really, really disgusting. You don't do that. You don't do that. In that time, we were probably the better team in the second half. We were the better team massively in that second half. But unfortunately, we've got players that don't step up to the mark. We've got players that can't fucking do it. These players don't want to go the extra mile. These players don't want to grind for results. They don't want to grind for 3 points. We gave up after the second goal went in. We basically gave up. And look at the assists we've got for both goals. You've got Agate and Casemiro standing there for the second goal. Can't be bothered to put a block in. Can't be bothered to put a tackle in. Can't be bothered to actually stop playing ping ball wizard in our fucking own box. You've got Lenny Yoro getting the assist for Okafor's first goal. Well done to Lenny Yoro on the defence clearance, by the way. Well done to Lenny Yoro for actually giving it to Leeds in the first place for the first goal. And well done for Mazraoui for basically not getting closer to his opponent in the first place by blocking the shot. You've got to look at them as well. You have got to look at them too as well. You have got to look at it. They are both to blame for the first goal. They are massively both to blame. You don't just stand there and watch. You don't stand there and watch. You're meant to be a right back and a centre back, and you can't do your job. You are in the team for a reason because Michael Carrick clearly trusts you. Michael Carrick clearly trusts you to do a job. And unfortunately, they don't do it. Unfortunately, they don't do it because they're fucking shit. These players are shit. We went way too early. We went way too early. If we played the way we played in the second half, Leeds would have never had a shot. Exactly. Where was that second half performance inside the first half? Why all of a sudden did the players need a rocket at half time and then thought, do you know what? We'll try in the second half. We'll try and rescue this game. Where was that mentality in the first half? Where was that mentality? And I tell you what, for Michael Carrick, he had the audacity to send the same 11 shits out for the second half. What on earth was Michael Carrick thinking? What on earth was he fucking thinking, sending out the 11 incompetent shits for the second half? What was the guy thinking? Like, seriously, what was he thinking about sending out the same team? Like, seriously, why did he do it? Like, why did he do it? Why did he do it? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand why Michael Carrick thought it would be sensible to go with the same set of players. If that was another manager, we would have changed things at half-time straight away. Michael Carrick's got no balls, guys. Michael Carrick has got no balls. He clearly hasn't done it. He's got no balls to change this up. He's clearly a weak-minded manager who has got no balls to do it. And if he hasn't got the balls to do it, then this guy should not be Man United's manager next season. I've seen enough already to convince me this is not the right decision giving him the job. Because this is going to end in tears all over again. We'll give him the job, and then in 18 months' time, we're going to sack him. And then who's going to be proved right? Who's going to be proved right? Because I said I didn't want Michael Carrick in the first place. There is no foul on Lenny Yoro. There is no foul on Lenny Yoro for the first goal. We need to say this right here, right fucking now. There is no foul. There is no foul. He got the ball. There's no foul. Lenny Yoro was weak. Lenny Yoro was weak. He's basically let a 2.0 Benjamin Sesko in Calvert-Lewin to fucking out-jump in. We've basically got two big Bens from London in the same fucking game. We've literally got two Benjamin Seskos in the same game. One for Leeds and one for Manchester United. And Lenny Yoro is weak. Lenny Yoro is weak. You get that ball out the box. You've got to get that ball out of the box. Clear the ball away from danger. But look at the assist, Lenny Yoro. He gets the assist for the first Leeds goal. He gets the assist for the first Leeds goal. He gets the assist. He gets the fucking assist for the Leeds first goal. He literally gets the assist. Can you not see him heading the ball straight to Okafor? Can you not see him assisting him for the goal? It's there. It's right there. It's literally right there. And I tell you what, as for Mazraoui, send him back to Bayern Munich. Send him back to Bayern. Because he's fucking shit as well. And that was his first game back from injury as well. Fancy Michael Carrick chucking in Lisandro Martinez and Mazraoui straight back into the team when they were fucking injured. What is the guy doing? Like, seriously, what is he doing trying to risk both of these players getting injured again? Like, what was the thinking? Like, seriously, in Michael Carrick's head, there must be a mental mind block. You've got the good, you've got the bad, and then you've got the ugly. That tonight from Manchester United was fucking ugly. That was ugly. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. And as for our goal, you've literally got our fucking fan base jumping up and down like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, thinking, we can rescue this, we've got a goal back, oh come on, 2-1. What did that goal do? What did that goal do? It only fired Leeds United up even more. It only fired Leeds United up even more to keep that 2-1 lead. It only fired them up. That goal, in terms of a comeback, it was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. And you need to realise right here, right now, there was no way back. There was no way back. Man United have given up. Man United have given up again. They gave up at Bournemouth, they gave up at Newcastle, and they gave up again tonight. It's like these players can't be bothered to get Champions League football. They can't be bothered. And when you've got lazy bastards like that at Manchester United, this is the type of performances and the results that you're going to get. This is the type of results that is going to happen. It could have been 3-0. It could have been 4-0. It could have been 5. It could have been 6. That is how bad this was tonight. That was how bad this was tonight from a Manchester United perspective. It could have been 5. It could have been 6. We were all over the shop. It's like a corner shop getting robbed on fucking Crime Watch, and all of a sudden the shopkeeper's turned into fucking Prime Superman thinking, you ain't fucking robbing me. It's like the fucking Rock turning up and helping him. It's fucking embarrassing. We've got no leadership, we've got no midfield, we've got no attack, and we've got no fucking defence. And when we are basically relying on Lenny Yoro, Diego Dalot, Mazraoui, Luke Shaw, we are absolutely fucked. We are absolutely fucked. We have got no chance keeping the opposition out. We have got no chance. There is basically no fucking point of turning up anymore. There is no hope, as this club cannot be trusted. This club cannot be trusted. The players ain't good enough. Michael Carrick's a wally. And as for Old Trafford, it is falling to pieces because we've got owners and we've got a board that don't give a fuck. And this is the type of results and banter that this club deserves. Just when you can't beat Leeds United, if we can't beat Leeds, then what hope have we got, everybody? What hope have we got? We're fucking shit. We've literally been bossed around by Leeds fucking United. We've been bossed around by Leeds fucking United. I can't stand their fans, I can't stand their supporters, and I can't stand their fucking city. Honestly, I fucking hate everything to do with fucking Leeds United. I fucking hate everything to do with Leeds. I fucking can't stand it. And to watch that tonight was embarrassing. That was embarrassing from minute one. No effort, no charisma, and no fucking ambition. We have got no ambition in that team. We've got a non-existent midfield, a non-existent defence, and we've got a non-existent attack. You've got Kuna on the left, which we know doesn't work. But Michael Carrick keeps on doing it. He keeps on doing it. He keeps retaining Matthias Kuna on the left. It doesn't make any sense. He is not a fucking left winger. He plays as a number 9 and a centre attacking midfielder in the number 10 position. But Michael Carrick is resistant to change. It's like Michael Carrick owning a restaurant that is going so downhill that he appears on Kitchen Nightmares USA with fucking Gordon Ramsay. It is embarrassing. Michael Carrick is in fucking denial. If you're going to keep on trying and trying and trying with everything that you're doing, it's going to end up falling down. And unfortunately, that is exactly what happened tonight. We fell fucking down. We fell down more than fucking London's Burning, the TV series. That is how far fallen this football club has got. And that tonight is another example of how incompetent and how fucking shit that we actually are. We didn't try. We were shit. And unfortunately, when we've got no we've got no midfield because basically we chucked Agati in thinking, please let this work. Please let this work. Please let Agati have a good game. And what happens? What happens? Apparently, I've got no idea. I watched 97 minutes of bullshit. I watched 97 fucking minutes of bullshit football from Manchester United. I watched 97 fucking minutes of pure and utter garbage. It was like this against Bournemouth. It was like this against Newcastle. And it was like this against Leeds. But unfortunately, a lot of you fans don't get it. A lot Do you know what? Let's call it for what it is, right? A lot of you fans are the problem. A lot of this fan base are the problem at this football club. A lot of you are the fucking problem. A lot of you are the problem, because my mentality for Man United is up here. My mentality is up here. Unfortunately, a lot of this fan base, your mentality's down here. A lot of your mentality's down here. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a shit. You expect Manchester United to win, lose or draw. Win, lose or draw. That's the mentality of this fan base. You don't want Man United winning anymore. You don't want Manchester United to win. Aren't we on about being a winning football club? Aren't we meant to be a winning football club? Or are we settled for win, lose or draw? Is that what we're settling for now? Is that what we're going to settle for? Because I tell you what, if you fans can't do it, and you fans can't understand what Man United's all about, then you really don't understand football, and you really should not be supporting this football club. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it because you've got no idea how it is that Man United should be a top foot. We should be up here. We should be up here. The mentality of this fan base should be up here. But unfortunately, we've got fans up here, we've got fans here, and we've got a lot of the fans down here. This is the problem. A lot of this fan base and a lot of you supporters are too scared to call it out. A lot of the fans are the problem. You're too scared to go in on them. You're too scared. You're too pussy to do it. You're too scared. And unfortunately, when you've got proper fans like myself that actually give a fuck, that I want to see this club win, I want to see the club succeed, and I want us to get back to where we should be, a lot of fans don't like it. A lot of fans don't like it. And unfortunately, the reality is, we are shit. I know we're shit, but I'm not afraid to call it out for what it is. I'm not afraid to call it. And unfortunately, that tonight has summed up Manchester United as a football club. We could have been 3-0 down, or even 4-0 down at half-time. If Martinez doesn't get to that clearance to have that Leeds United player tap it into an open net, we are fucked. So in Martinez's defence, I will give him a little bit of credit for that clearance just before that third goal could have gone in, right? I will give him that. I'll give him that defence. But it then doesn't really give him the defence to then get himself sent off for violent conduct. I don't know what's going through his head. I think Martinez has done this deliberately. I think he's deliberately got himself sent off because he wants all the attention and all the banter taken away from himself, that he doesn't get blamed. But he does have to be blamed. He does have to be blamed. Because at the end of the day, he has cost us 3 points. If we still had 11 players on this pitch, I think we probably would have gone on and won this game. Because we were the better team in that second half. We were the better team. We were massively the better team. We played the better football. We had more of the attacking opportunities. But unfortunately for Manchester United, soon as you go down to 10 players, we're basically having to carry a whole team with only 9 players on an outfield position. Because Lamens ain't going to be able to do anything. Lamens ain't going to be able to rescue us a point. He can't come out of outfield because we've then got no goalkeeper. So I don't really understand how we were meant to rescue the game. I don't understand how we were meant to rescue this. There was no rescue mission. There was no plan to at least take a draw. There was no plan to actually take a draw from this. There was no plan. There was no fucking plan. And unfortunately, when there's no plan and there's no DNA or no idea, this is the type of football that we are going to get from Manchester United. We play football, but we've got no idea what we're doing. Those players look confused. Those players don't get confused. I don't know why Mateus Cunha is playing on the left. I don't know why, Mbeumo has been benched for Ahmad. Because we all basically know a front three of Sesko, Cunha, Ahmad doesn't work. But we all deep down know that a front three of Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo doesn't work. Because Cunha's position is behind the striker in the number 10. But you then can't drop Bruno. Because Bruno is then out of position and is playing deeper in the midfield. I'm sorry to say, from a Michael Carrick perspective, he has got this team wrong. He has got this wrong tonight. Picking Agate was a mistake. You shouldn't have picked him. I know we've got no Mainu, and I get that. I know we've got no Mainu. I understand, but I don't understand how he's got injured inside 3 weeks. This is what I'm really struggling to understand. If Kobe Mainu and it was a slight little knock. Why is he still not playing? Because you can run this injury off. You can run this injury off. If it's not that bad, then why is Kobe Mainoo at home crying about it? Like, get in the team and actually play. Get in the team and help. Because if I've got a little knock, I'm not going to stop myself putting on a Man United shirt to play against Leeds. I'm not going to stop. So that's where this has gone wrong. This is where this has gone wrong. I'm blaming every section of that team tonight. I am blaming every single section of this team tonight. I'm going to blame it because I've got the right to do it. When there's no midfield, we've basically got nothing. We've got one player doing basically everything in Bruno Fernandes, having to carry around 10 other plonkers in the same team. And then as for an attack, there isn't one. There isn't actually an attack. And again, Sesko was useless because there's no service being provided to him. There was no service being provided to Sesko in the first place. There was no service whatsoever. There was no service. And this is the problem. We get Sesko in the team and no service is provided. But when he's out the team, look how many balls he put into the box. Look how many crosses go into the opposition box when Sesko's not in the team. It's quite frankly shocking from a Manchester United perspective to fucking put a striker through this. Because they did this to Rasmus and they're doing it all over again to Benjamin Sesko. They're doing exactly the same to Sesko. And it isn't fair. It really isn't fair. And you can't be really playing Matthias Cunha out on the left. He's not a left winger. He really isn't a left winger. So why is he being deployed on the left where we need an actual left-footed or right-footed player on the left-hand side of our attack to actually attack the opposition? We don't have one because apparently we're lost without Dorgu. Apparently we're lost without Maguire. Apparently we're lost without De Ligt. But apparently we have to use injuries as an excuse. We have to use injuries as an excuse to why we play shit. And I'm sorry to say, if that's the mentality of this fan base, blaming injuries and blaming suspensions, open your eyes, wake up and smell the fucking coffee. Wake up and face reality. Even though we've got injuries and we've got suspensions, it's no excuse to the players we've got available to go and win us this game. Go and rescue us at least a draw. There's no excuse. There is no excuse. So, at the end of the day, if you want to blame injuries and you want to blame suspensions, I'm sorry to say, that ain't going to be washed here. That isn't going to wash with me. I'm not using excuses for Manchester United to get away with bad, pathetic, embarrassing performances on the pitch. I'm not going to let them get away with it because this fan base deserves better. There's a lot of fans and supporters that do actually care. There's a lot of them that actually give a shit. There's a lot of them that actually want United to get back. But unfortunately, this fan base is divided about what's the best solution. Like 6-7, like what's the best solution for everybody to work together to get us back? There isn't any. And Mbeumo was dropped. Mbeumo wasn't even injured. He was completely dropped to the bench for no apparent reason. I know his last 3 games. Yeah, it should have been 6 or 7 to Leeds. Yeah, it should have been. You're absolutely right. It should have been 6 or 7. And he did leave the subs too long. Completely agree. At half-time, I probably would have made the 5 subs. I probably would have made the 5 subs at half-time. I would have made the subs. Chucking on the same players to go again in the second half was massively naive. It was massively naive. From a Michael Carrick perspective, he got that wrong. He massively got that wrong. It's like he went there expecting them to absolutely wave Sooty's magic wand and gone, Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. No. Those players didn't do it. They didn't do it. If not Carrick, then who? Unfortunately, there's no way back. No matter what manager or no matter what coach, this football club, there's no way back. There is no way back. You need to realise this now. There is no way back. There is no way back. The fans need to realise this now. I would rather you guys realise this now. There is no way back. No matter what coach, what manager, what owners, what board, what players, we keep and we get rid of, it's going to be the same shit every single season. It's going to be the same shit every single season. This is going to get worse. This is generally going to get worse if it carries on like this. It's going to get worse. This isn't going to get any better. This is going to get worse. It was a masterclass from Leeds. It was a fucking masterclass. Completely agree. It was a masterclass. Smash that like button. Please drop a follow. It was a masterclass. Because that is what we should have been doing to them. And unfortunately, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. And this is the consequences of us playing like this. We get battered. We got absolutely battered. We got battered from minute one. We didn't get going. We didn't come out the starting blocks. We basically looked like we couldn't be fucked. It looked like we actually couldn't be fucked. And that's the reality. That's the reality of this fan base. That is the reality. We couldn't be bothered tonight. We're not putting any effort. We're not going to try. We're basically just going to sit there and can't be fucked mentality. And that's the issue. That is the issue. We couldn't be bothered. Why should we try? Do you know what? It's like we think we've got Champions League football secured, and it's like we don't need to do it we don't need to try anymore. And the reality is we still need to try, because you've let Villa back in, you've let Liverpool back in, and you've now let Chelsea back in. You've let everybody back in to leapfrog us. If Liverpool win next weekend, they leapfrog Manchester United. If Aston Villa win next weekend, they leapfrog Manchester United. So we're down to 5th. We're basically down to 5th. So we're screwed anyway. We're screwed anyway. And do you know what? I would piss my pants laughing if we miss out on European football next season. I would sit there and laugh my fucking socks off if we don't get Champions League football. In reality, it's unacceptable and it's banterish. But in reality, it's funny because we've bottled a good position that we should have had European football secured. We should have had this. We would have been 7 points away if we would have won tonight. We would have been 7 points away if we would have won tonight. We needed to win, and we didn't. And now we've got to go to Stamford Bridge on Saturday and win. Honestly, good luck with that. Seriously, good luck with that. Because we ain't beating Chelsea playing like this. We ain't beating Chelsea playing like this. Because I'll tell you what, that Chelsea squad are going to watch that team tonight. No Maguire, no Martinez, no De Ligt, no Dorgu. They've got Lenny Yoro and a kid at centre-back. They've got Kuna on the left, who isn't a winger. They've got Sesko down the middle, who's getting no service as per usual. And their best player of an attacking approach all season, in Mbeumo, has been dropped by their manager. That says a lot about Michael Carrick. For me tonight, this is on Michael Carrick and the players. I'm blaming the players and I'm blaming Michael Carrick. He ain't good enough to lead this team next season. He should be getting the permanent manager's job. And do you know what? I hope he doesn't. But if he does, we are going to be sat here in exactly the same position in 18 months' time, repeating the cycle and sacking yet again another manager. Because that is what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. We're going to get Champions League football, right? We're going to back him in the summer. And then we're going to sack him in 18 months' time when the players turn on him and the performances crash down to earth. We're basically going to be it's going to be like watching that rocket come back from space for a complete and utter waste of 10 days in space looking at the moon. I mean, if you want to look at the moon, just open up your window and look at the moon. There's the moon. There's the sun. Like, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to look at the moon. Get a fucking telescope. It ain't difficult. But yeah, it's finished Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. Thanks to everybody that has tuned into this full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Monday night. Please remember, before you go, drop a follow, smash that like button, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Monday evening, whatever you guys are all doing. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Welcome to all the new followers. Thank you for all the likes and the gifters and the gifts as well. You guys have been excellent. Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2, full time from Old Trafford. Same old Man United, same old fucking story. Michael Carrick's a plonker. Wrong team, wrong players. This is on Michael Carrick. Champions League football has gone out of the window yet again. But that's on Michael Carrick. Tonight he has got so much wrong. enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, everybody. Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2.